Welcome back to our channel World of Coins, the place where we uncover hidden treasures in your coin collection. Have you ever wondered if that old coins could be worth thousands or even millions? Well, today's your lucky day. We're diving into some of the rarest and most valuable US coins that might be sitting right under your nose. Let's jump in and see if you've got a fortune waiting to be discovered. Top 1. In the vast world of American coins, there are some that hold more than just face value. Some coins tell stories, of culture, history, craftsmanship, and yes, of mystery and great value. And one such coin is the 2010 Sacagawea $1 coin, a stunning piece of US currency that many people overlook, yet a select few versions of this coin have shocked the collector world by selling for tens of thousands of dollars. So today, we invite you to lean in closer, coin lovers, treasure hunters, and collectors, because what you're about to discover might change how you see that golden dollar forever. This isn't just a coin, it's a symbol of honor, heritage, and hidden fortune. And yes, one rare example of this coin has been known to sell for a jaw-dropping $30,000. Let's dive into what makes this $1 coin, struck in 2010, so desirable, so fascinating, and so potentially valuable. First, let's talk about the origins. The Sacagawea dollar was first released in 2000, designed to replace the Susan B. Anthony dollar. It features the Shoshone Native American guide Sacagawea, who played a vital role in helping Lewis and Clark explore the western frontier in the early 1800s. On the obverse side, you'll find her calmly carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, a beautiful and powerful image of maternal strength and contribution to American history, but in 2009, a new twist was added. The U.S. Mint launched the Native American $1 coin program, which introduced new reverse designs every year to honor the contributions of Native American tribes and individuals to the development and culture of the United States. The 2010 issue features a remarkable design on the reverse, a Hiawatha belt with 5 arrows, representing the Iroquois Confederacy, and a message of unity, strength, and governance. It's elegant, meaningful, and rich in symbolism, instantly making it a favorite among collectors. But while millions of 2010 Sacagawea dollars were produced for general circulation and collectors alike, not all of them were created equal. Some of these coins, due to minting mistakes, striking anomalies, or special test strikes, ended up being extremely rare, with only a few known to exist. And that's where the story gets really exciting. Point 1 of the most mysterious and valuable types of errors that turned up in 2010 Sacagawea dollars is the Mule error. In coin collecting, a mule is a coin struck with mismatched dies, for example, a Sacagawea dollar obverse combined with a reverse from a different coin altogether, such as a presidential dollar or a different commemorative reverse. These kinds of errors are so rare, they're considered modern legends. And yes, a few such mule coins from the Sacagawea dollar series have surfaced, sending shockwaves through the numismatic community and selling for tens of thousands of dollars. Another major point of interest is the planchet, the blank metal disc used to strike the coin. Most Sacagawea dollars are struck on golden-colored manganese brass-clad planchets. But in rare cases, a coin might be struck on the wrong metal, a planchet meant for a quarter, a presidential dollar, or even a foreign coin. These wrong planchet errors change everything. Not only does the coin have a completely different weight and composition, but its value skyrockets. There are authenticated cases of Sacagawea coins struck on experimental or blank planchets that became highly prized and sold at auction for thousands. Then we have strike-through errors, where foreign objects like grease, cloth fibers, or other materials accidentally end up between the die and the blank during striking. This leaves mysterious and often dramatic impressions on the coin's surface, something that is completely unintentional, yet makes the coin one of a kind. Die cracks, cuts, raised lumps where part of the die broke off-center strikes, and misaligned dies are also part of the story. These are the subtle, and sometimes not so subtle, minting errors that separate the ordinary coins from the hidden treasures. And here's something important for every collector or curious coin searcher out there: condition matters. Even with the most stunning error or rarity, a worn coin loses value quickly. But a coin preserved in near-perfect condition, MS66, MS67, or even MS68, especially when it still glows with that original mint luster, becomes a top-tier collectible. These are the coins that professional grading services like PCGS and NGC encase in protective slabs, certificate in hand, and display in auction houses and coin expos across the country. So now, let's talk about the discovery that made headlines. A private collector was reviewing a small lot of 2010 Sacagawea dollars purchased from a U.S. Mint product set. One coin stood out. It appeared slightly off in color and weight. Upon further inspection, the coin had been struck on a foreign planchet, likely meant for another denomination altogether. It was also in perfect uncirculated condition with a visible die clash error. The collector immediately sent it to be authenticated, and experts confirmed it was one of only a handful of known examples with that exact error from that year. When it went to auction, it drew national attention. Serious bidders lined up from across the country, from dealers to private collectors to museums. And after intense competition, the coin sold for a staggering $30,000. That's right, $30,000 for one 2010 Sacagawea dollar. Now just imagine, how many of these coins are still out there? How many have slipped through the cracks, sitting quietly in change jars, bank rolls, or forgotten U.S. Mint collector sets? You might already have one of them. So what can you do? Start by checking every 2010 Sacagawea dollar you can find. Look closely at the reverse design, make sure it's the Iroquois belt. Then examine the edges, the weight, the color, and the finish. Is it off-center? Is the design doubled or shifted? Does the coin feel lighter or heavier than expected? And if something about it looks strange or unusual, don't dismiss it. Get it examined by a reputable grading service, because one overlooked coin today could be the payday of your lifetime tomorrow. Thank you for joining us in this deep dive into the incredible story of the 2010 Sacagawea gold-colored dollar coin. Make sure to like this video, subscribe for more numismatic treasures, and tap the bell so you never miss another discovery. And remember, the humble-looking 2010 Sacagawea dollar in your hand might actually be worth $30,000. So look closely, search carefully, and most of all, never underestimate the power of a coin. Top 2. Imagine holding a coin in your palm, gold-toned, glimmering with history, and bearing the face of a man who served as the President of the United States for just 31 days. A coin that, at first glance, looks like any other modern dollar, but behind its striking shine lies a story so unique, so powerful, and so valuable, that it has stunned collectors and auction houses alike. We're talking about the William Henry Harrison gold $1 coin, issued in 2009 to honor the 9th President of the United States, who held the shortest term in American presidential history. But while the history behind the man is brief, the story behind this coin is far richer, far deeper, and for one particular example, worth over $275,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, this isn't fiction. This isn't speculation. This is a real coin, part of a real U.S. Mint series, that became a sensation in the world of numismatics. So, if you're a coin collector, a history buff, or just someone fascinated by rare treasures hidden in plain sight, you need to listen to this story very carefully. Because by the time we reach the end of this video, you'll never look at a dollar coin the same way again. Let's begin with the historical roots of this coin. William Henry Harrison, the hero of Tippecanoe, was elected in 1841 and delivered the longest inauguration speech in U.S. history on a cold, rainy day, without wearing a hat or coat. Just a month later, he tragically died of pneumonia, making his presidency the shortest ever. But despite his brief time in office, the U.S. Mint honored him in 2009 as part of the Presidential Dollar Coin Program, a series that aimed to educate and commemorate the nation's past leaders. The obverse front of the coin features a striking image of Harrison with his name inscribed, while the reverse back displays the majestic Statue of Liberty, common to all presidential $1 coins. The coin is clad in a golden-colored manganese brass alloy, giving it its signature appearance. It's round, reeded on the edge, and packed with design detail that's often missed by the casual eye. But now, let's dive into what makes some of these 2009 William Henry Harrison dollar coins so rare, so collectible, and in some cases, incredibly valuable. Point 1 word, errors. You see, in the world of coin collecting, errors are like golden tickets. And the presidential $1 coins are notorious for some of the most famous and dramatic errors in modern U.S. coinage history. And the William Henry Harrison dollar is no exception. Let's start with one of the most fascinating and valuable types of errors, the missing edge lettering. Unlike most coins, the presidential dollars were designed with lettering on the edge, not just the front and back. This edge text includes the year of minting, the mint mark, and the motto E pluribus unum. However, due to a mechanical error, some coins skip the edge lettering process altogether, leaving the edges smooth and blank. This was not an intentional design, it was a mistake. But collectors went wild over it. These godless dollars, as some called them, because the phrase, "In God we trust," was initially on the edge, instantly became prized. That a William Henry Harrison $1 coin with no edge lettering is considered a major mint error, and when found in uncirculated condition, especially graded MS-66 or higher, its value can soar into the thousands, but it doesn't stop there. Other known errors include double edge lettering, where the coin went through the edge inscription process twice, causing letters to overlap or appear out of alignment. Imagine seeing two sets of years or duplicate phrases wrapped around the coin's edge. It's a visual anomaly that collectors can't resist. Even rarer are the Mule errors, where two mismatched dies are used on the same coin. Imagine a coin with William Henry Harrison's face, and the reverse from a different coin entirely. These are incredibly rare, often one of a kind, and auction houses will pay top dollar for confirmed examples. There have also been planchet errors, such as coins struck on the wrong metal blank. If a Harrison dollar was mistakenly struck on a nickel or quarter planchet, it would be the wrong weight, the wrong color, and very likely worth a small fortune, especially if it's authenticated and slabbed by a trusted grading service like PCGS or NGC. And let's not forget strike-through errors, where something, like grease, debris, or even another coin, interferes during the minting process. These leave behind dramatic impressions or missing design elements. Combine a major strike-through with a missing edge or doubling, and now you're talking about a triple error coin, which is practically the holy grail for modern collectors. But what really propels a coin into the six-figure territory? That's where condition comes into play. Coins are graded on a 70-point scale. The higher the number, the better the preservation. A coin with scratches, discoloration, or where might only be worth face value. But a flawless specimen, one that grades MS-68, MS-69, or perfect MS-70, becomes instantly desirable to high-end collectors, especially when it features one or more rare errors. So how does this all tie into the mind-blowing sale of one William Henry Harrison dollar? In a quiet Midwestern coin auction, a collector presented a William Henry Harrison $1 coin with not just one, but multiple errors. It had no edge lettering, was struck slightly off-center, and was in mint state 68 condition with blazing luster and no handling marks. The coin had been professionally graded and was confirmed as one of only a few known examples in this condition with this exact combination of errors. The auction began slowly, a few $100s. Then a few thousand. As word spread and collectors recognized what was on the block, bidding exploded. It went to $20,000, then $50,000, then $100,000. In the final moments, two anonymous bidders battled it out in real time, and the hammer finally dropped at an astonishing $275,000. A single dollar coin, that sold for $275,000. So now, let me ask you, how many modern dollar coins have you tossed into your change jar? How many William Henry Harrison coins have passed through your hands without a second thought? The next one could be the hidden treasure you never knew you had. Check the edges. Weigh the coin. Look for missing inscriptions, off-center strikes, odd coloring, or unusual shapes. If something seems off, it could be extremely valuable, because in the world of coin collecting, it's not just about age, it's about error, condition, and uniqueness. And sometimes, the rarest treasures are hiding in the most unexpected places. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the William Henry Harrison Gold $1 coin, a story of history, mystery, and modern fortune. Be sure to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell so you never miss another episode of Hidden Coin Treasures. And remember, one lucky collector turned a single dollar coin into a payday of $275,000. Will you be next? Keep searching, because your golden moment might be right around the corner. Top 3. Imagine holding a coin that's not just a piece of currency, but a golden window into the past. a tribute to a man whose legacy was deeply woven into the very foundation of American diplomacy and freedom. Now imagine that same coin, not from the 1800s, but minted in recent years, selling for more than the price of a luxury sports car. Yes, one version of this small but powerful coin has been valued at an unbelievable $360,000. Today, we're diving deep into the world of the United States gold $1 coin honoring President John Quincy Adams, the sixth President of the United States, who served from 1825 to 1829. But make no mistake, this isn't just about presidential history. This is about a modern coin, part of a unique series, that has become one of the most unexpected treasures in the entire world of coin collecting. So listen very carefully, whether you're a passionate collector, a casual hobbyist, or just someone who loves discovering hidden gems, because by the end of this video, you might just start checking your own coins a little closer. Let's start with some background. In 2007, the United States Mint launched the Presidential $1 Coin Program, a bold and beautiful initiative to honor every U.S. president in the order they served. The series continued through the years, and in 2008, the Mint released the John Quincy Adams dollar, a gold-colored coin with his name and years of presidency, 1825 to 1829, proudly inscribed. The reverse, like all in the series, features the Statue of Liberty, a symbol of the freedom Adams so passionately defended. This coin wasn't made of solid gold, it was minted with a manganese brass-clad composition, giving it a golden hue and modern resilience. Still, its warm color, historical meaning, and limited mintage made it an instant hit among collectors. But something remarkable happened. Not all of these coins came out of the U.S. Mint the way they were supposed to, and that's where the story really begins to sparkle. While millions of John Quincy Adams dollar coins were struck, a tiny handful ended up with minting errors so rare, so bizarre, and so dramatic, that they turned an ordinary $1 coin into a national collector sensation. Let's talk about the missing edge lettering error, one of the most famous and controversial issues in the presidential dollar series. You see, these coins were designed with edge inscriptions, not on the front or back, but along the rim. This edge text included E pluribus unum, in God we trust, the year of minting, and the mint mark. But due to a mechanical error during production, some coins skipped this step entirely. The result? A smooth edge, completely blank, and incredibly valuable. Some people called them godless dollars because the phrase, "In God we trust," was missing. But for collectors, these were anything but blasphemous. They were golden tickets to value. A John Quincy Adams presidential dollar with missing edge lettering, in pristine, mint state condition, graded MS-67 or MS-68, can sell for thousands, sometimes tens of thousands of dollars. But that's only scratching the surface. Let's talk about the double-edged lettering errors. This occurs when the coin goes through the edge lettering process twice, resulting in overlapping or misaligned text. This error is rare enough on any presidential dollar, but on a John Quincy Adams coin, especially one that remains sharp, uncirculated, and fully lustrous, it becomes collector gold. Then there are the even rarer Mule errors, coins accidentally struck with mismatched dies. Imagine a John Quincy Adams obverse with the reverse of a Sacagawea or a state quarter design. These are the unicorns of the minting world, and they have been found, authenticated, and sold for prices that will take your breath away. Even more dramatic are the wrong planchet errors, when a coin is struck on a blank meant for another denomination. Imagine a John Quincy Adams dollar struck on a nickel planchet. Suddenly, it's not just a presidential dollar anymore, it's a one-of-a-kind oddity worth its weight in auction gold. And let's not forget about strike-throughs, die caps, off-center strikes, broad strikes, and cuds, each one an error in its own right, each one a potential gold mine when combined with high-grade condition and a popular president like Adams. Now, let's talk about grading. Every collector knows the importance of a coin's condition. Grading is everything. A coin might be rare, but if it's scratched, circulated, or tarnished, its value plummets. But if you're lucky enough to find a coin that grades MS-69 or even MS-70, essentially flawless, and it also features one of the rare errors we've mentioned, well, that's the kind of coin collectors dream about, and that exact dream came true. In a private collection in the Northeast United States, a longtime numismatist had a 2008 John Quincy Adams dollar coin stored away, untouched, unhandled, and carefully preserved. At first glance, it looked ordinary. But upon closer inspection, the edge lettering was completely missing. It had no damage, no fingerprints, and not a single mark under magnification. It was perfect that it was submitted to PCGS, one of the most respected grading services in the world. The result? MS-70 missing edge lettering, John Quincy Adams $, word spread like wildfire. Collectors, dealers, and auction houses knew this was one of the finest known examples of a dramatic error on a key presidential issue. When the coin finally reached public auction, it did not disappoint. After a fierce round of bidding, that single John Quincy Adams $, coin, originally worth only $1, sold for an eye-watering $360,000. Now here's the million-dollar question. How many more of these coins are out there? The answer: no one knows. That's what makes collecting so exciting. Your own change jar, your collection box, your forgotten US Mint set from years ago, one of them might be hiding something truly incredible. So what should you do? Check your coins. Look for edge lettering. Is it missing, doubled, or odd? Weigh the coin. Does it feel lighter or heavier than normal? Examine its surface. Are there strike-through marks, off-center features, or unusual characteristics? And if anything seems unusual, don't hesitate to get it authenticated. A small investment in grading might just lead to a fortune. Because what looks like a simple gold-colored dollar might be your ticket to numismatic history. Thank you for joining us on this extraordinary journey through the world of the John Quincy Adams $1 coin. Be sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss another story of rare American coins and unexpected treasures. And remember, one lucky collector turned a $1 presidential coin into a fortune of $360,000. The next one could be in your very own hands. Keep searching, stay curious, and never stop collecting. Top 4. We're diving deep into one of those treasures, the United States gold $1 coin honoring President Zachary Taylor, the 12th President of the United States, who served from 1849 to 1850. Now, this isn't just another presidential commemorative coin. This coin, in a rare, error-marked form, has become one of the most talked-about surprises among modern coin collectors. It may look small in size, but it carries monumental value, and as you'll soon discover, one such coin shocked the numismatic world when it sold for a jaw-dropping $220,000. So, coin lovers, history buffs, and curious treasure seekers, listen closely and enjoy the journey, because what you're about to learn could lead you to uncover one of the most valuable coins hiding right under our noses. Let's begin with a little background. Zachary Taylor was a decorated general. Before he was elected president, known as Old Rough and Ready, he served just 16 months in office before his sudden death in 1850. Despite his short presidency, the U.S. Mint chose to honor him in 2009 as part of the presidential $1 coin program, a series of golden-colored coins minted to commemorate each U.S. president in the order they served. The obverse of the coin features a detailed portrait of President Taylor, with his name and years of service inscribed around the edge. The reverse showcases the Statue of Liberty, a common design used across the presidential series, representing freedom and unity, two themes that Taylor championed in his military and political career. Now, most people believe these coins are just ordinary collectibles. But what they don't realize is that some of these coins, especially the Zachary Taylor editions, were released with extremely rare errors so valuable that they turned simple coins into six-figure treasures. Let's start with one of the most astonishing and collectible features, the missing edge lettering. Unlike most coins in U.S. circulation, presidential $1 coins were uniquely struck with inscriptions on the edge of the coin. This included the mint year, mint mark, and the mottos E pluribus unum and In God We Trust. But due to a mechanical mistake during production, some Zachary Taylor coins completely missed this step. Instead of having that signature edge detail, these rare coins came out with smooth, blank rims, an error instantly recognizable and incredibly sought after. Collectors often call these godless dollars, and among them, Zachary Taylor editions are among the rarest to find in pristine condition. But the surprises don't end there. There are also examples of the Zachary Taylor dollar with double-edged lettering, where the coin was run through the edge lettering machine twice. The result? Overlapping inscriptions that twist and tangle around the rim, a striking and obvious error that instantly drives up value. Even more mind-blowing are wrong planchet errors, where a coin is mistakenly struck on a blank intended for another denomination, like a nickel or a foreign coin. These mistakes lead to coins that are the wrong weight, color, and often slightly smaller or thicker than normal. When this type of error occurs on a Zachary Taylor dollar, and it's certified, it becomes not just a collectible but a national rarity. Other noteworthy errors include off-center strikes, where the image is not aligned correctly on the coin. Some show Taylor's portrait shifted heavily to one side, while others are even missing parts of the design. These are dramatic to see, and equally valuable. Strike-throughs are another fascinating rarity. This occurs when a foreign object, like grease, fabric, or even another coin, gets in the way during the minting process. The resulting coin shows an imprint or loss of design where the obstruction was. In the case of a Zachary Taylor dollar, such an error in mint state can fetch astonishing bids at auction. Now let's talk about the real driver behind the record-setting sale: coin grading and condition. Coins are evaluated on a 70-point scale. A grade of MS-60 or higher means the coin is uncirculated. But when you reach the upper levels, MS-67, MS-68, MS-69, or the elusive MS-70, the coin becomes a gem in the eyes of collectors. A Zachary Taylor dollar with a rare error, preserved in near-perfect mint state, becomes almost impossible to value accurately, because it's one of a kind. And that's exactly what happened in a groundbreaking auction that turned the coin world upside down. A collector had unknowingly held a Zachary Taylor dollar in a protected set for over a decade. It looked slightly different. The edge was completely smooth. It had never been touched, never circulated. When submitted to a professional grading service, the results came back: MS-70, missing edge lettering. The experts confirmed, this was the only known Zachary Taylor dollar coin in MS-70 with this error. When it went to auction, interest skyrocketed. High-end dealers, private investors, even museums got involved. The bids climbed higher and higher. And when the gavel finally dropped, that $1 coin sold for an unbelievable $220,000. A single golden coin. Worth more than a luxury home. And it could have easily been mistaken for an ordinary dollar. Now imagine, how many more might still be out there? In a coin jar, in a drawer, in an old mint set tucked away in a closet. This is your opportunity. If you have a Zachary Taylor dollar, check the edge. Look at the condition. Weigh it. Inspect for oddities. You might just be holding a hidden masterpiece. So to all coin lovers watching, whether you've been collecting for decades or just discovered the thrill, remember, every coin tells a story. And some, like the Zachary Taylor presidential dollar, have a tale worth thousands, or hundreds of thousands. Thank you for joining this deep dive into the golden world of the Zachary Taylor $1 coin. Be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, so you never miss a hidden treasure or incredible discovery. And always remember, one rare example of this coin changed a collector's life when it sold for an amazing $220,000. Top 5. Close your eyes for just a moment and picture this: a coin in your hand, golden in color, shimmering with untouched brilliance, yet it carries with it the spirit of a man who helped write the very words that gave birth to the United States. A man known as the father of the Constitution. That coin. It's the James Madison presidential $1 coin, a modern U.S. issue paying tribute to a founding titan, but with a secret that shocked the numismatic world, because one version of this seemingly ordinary dollar coin didn't just honor history, it made history. And when it finally hit the auction block, collectors were left stunned as it sold for a record-shattering $420,000, yes, a $1 coin. That's the power of rarity, error, and the perfect storm of condition and demand. So if you're a coin collector, a coin hunter, or even just a curious viewer with a passion for treasure stories, listen very carefully. Because what you're about to hear could completely change how you see your coin collection. Let's take it from the top. James Madison served as the fourth President of the United States, from 1809 to 1817. But even before becoming president, he was one of the most influential figures in shaping the nation, the chief architect of the Constitution and the Bill of Rights. His impact on American democracy is immeasurable, and so it's no surprise that in 2007, when the U.S. Mint launched the presidential $1 coin program, Madison was given a coin of his own as part of this iconic series. This coin, golden in appearance, features a striking profile portrait of Madison on the obverse, his name arching across the top, and his presidential term below. The reverse showcases the Statue of Liberty, a design shared across the entire series, reminding us of the freedom that Madison so fiercely defended. The edge of the coin is where things get especially interesting, because that's where the unseen magic and high-dollar rarity begins. See, these coins were designed with edge inscriptions, something rare in American coinage. The date, mint mark, and mottos, E pluribus unum, and, In God We Trust, were all inscribed along the edge. It was a unique design choice, bold, experimental, and ripe for unexpected minting errors, and that's exactly what happened. Among the James Madison coins released, a few were discovered missing their edge lettering entirely. These coins, smooth and blank along the rim, were never supposed to exist. But a mechanical issue during the minting process allowed some coins to skip the edge lettering step completely. And just like that, what was supposed to be a $1 coin became a rarity, instantly drawing the attention of collectors across the country. They became known as godless dollars, due to the absence of In God We Trust. But ironically, collectors saw them as heaven-sent. That it didn't take long for serious buyers to notice. As word spread about the James Madison era coins, so did the demand. But rarity alone isn't what sends a coin's value into the stratosphere. You also need condition, and you need authentication, and then, it happened that a collector discovered a James Madison $1 coin in a sealed mint set. At first glance, it looked pristine, untouched, still shining with its original golden luster. But something was wrong, or rather, something was missing. The edge was perfectly smooth. No lettering. No mint mark. No date. The coin had completely skipped the final edge inscription step, making it a true missing edge lettering error. What made it even more stunning was its condition. The coin was flawless. After being submitted to PCGS, the premier coin grading authority, it came back as a mint state 70, a perfect grade, the highest possible on the 70-point scale. Now, combine all of this, a presidential dollar coin from a historically significant figure that a confirmed mint error. A population of just one known in this pristine state, certified MS-70. What do you get? A $1 coin that collectors would fight to own. And that's exactly what happened when it finally went to auction. The bidding started strong and quickly went nuclear. Private collectors, institutional buyers, even representatives from elite numismatic museums joined in. By the end of the night, a small, golden dollar coin, bearing the image of James Madison, sold for an eye-popping $420,000, and here's the wildest part of the story. There could be more out there. You see, not every coin was properly inspected. These error coins sometimes make it past quality control and end up in regular circulation or hidden in unopened mint rolls. If you have a James Madison dollar coin in your collection, or stashed in a folder somewhere, now is the time to check. Here's what to look for. 1. Edge lettering. Flip the coin and check the rim. If it's smooth and blank, you may be holding a major error. 2. Doubling. Some coins have edge lettering that appears twice, or offset, known as double edge lettering errors. These are also extremely valuable. 3. Wrong planchet. A few James Madison coins have been found struck on planchets meant for foreign coins or nickels, which causes size and weight discrepancies. A scale can help here. 4. Off-center strikes and strike-through errors. These show as visible shifts in design, missing elements, or imprints from foreign material. Combined with an error like missing lettering. That's a jackpot, but don't just guess. Submit your find to a professional grading service like PCGS or NGC. Their certification can multiply the value of your coin by tens or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is more than just a story about a coin, it's a reminder that history, error, and rarity are a collector's recipe for success. James Madison helped build the United States, and now, his coin is helping build personal fortunes. So check your rolls. Dig through your collection. Because the next James Madison dollar you find could be worth much more than face value. thank you for watching and joining this exciting deep dive into the story of the James Madison gold-colored $1 coin. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, because you never know what's coming next. Here, we explore the most valuable and surprising treasures in American coin history, and remember, one flawless, rare, error-struck James Madison dollar coin once sold for a staggering $420,000, yours could be next. Keep your eyes open, and your coins closer. Top 6. Picture this, a small, shimmering coin with a golden hue that you may have seen in your change or tucked inside a forgotten drawer. It bears the face of a Native American woman, holding her child, her gaze forward, strong, proud, timeless. This isn't just a coin. It's a tribute. A story. A legend minted in metal. And some versions of this coin are worth far more than most people can even imagine. Today, we're diving deep into the story of the United States Sacagawea gold $1 coin, first released in the year 2000, and specifically, we're going to reveal how one special version of this coin stunned collectors and experts alike when it sold for an astonishing $80,000. So, coin lovers, collectors, history enthusiasts, buckle up and listen closely. What looks like an everyday dollar coin might just turn out to be a hidden treasure. Let's start with the story behind the coin itself. In the year 2000, the U.S. Mint introduced a brand new design for the dollar coin, one unlike any ever seen before. This new dollar honored Sacagawea, the courageous Shoshone woman who guided Lewis and Clark across the uncharted American frontier in the early 1800s. She was a symbol of exploration, strength, and indigenous heritage, and her image, holding her infant son Jean-Baptiste, was immortalized on the obverse of the coin. The reverse of the 2000 Sacagawea dollar featured a majestic soaring eagle encircled by 17 stars, representing the states in the Union at the time of the Lewis and Clark expedition. Now, although this coin is often referred to as a gold dollar, it isn't made of real gold. Instead, it's struck from a manganese brass-clad composition, which gives it that warm, golden color. But don't be fooled, the rarity and value of some Sacagawea dollars have nothing to do with gold content, and everything to do with minting errors, condition, and history. Let's talk about what makes certain Sacagawea dollars, especially from the year 2000, so rare and so incredibly valuable. One of the most famous and highly sought-after versions is the 2000 Cheerios Sacagawea dollar. You see, in early 2000, General Mills partnered with the U.S. Mint to place millions of these new coins into boxes of Cheerios as part of a promotional campaign. But, and here's where it gets interesting, not all of these coins were the same. A small number of them, intended as early prototypes or test strikes, featured a different reverse design on the eagle's tail feathers, a highly detailed, sharp feathered tail. Unlike the standard circulation version, these coins are known as the Cheerios dollars, and they're extremely rare. Only a few thousand were ever made. But here's the real shocker. Many people who received these in cereal boxes didn't realize their value. Some spent them. Some lost them. Some left them uncirculated and untouched, unknowingly holding a fortune. When collectors later began discovering these Cheerios dollars with the enhanced tail feathers, the numismatic world took notice. Experts authenticated the pattern difference, and prices began climbing. Today, a pristine example of a Cheerios Sacagawea dollar, especially one graded MS-68 or higher, can easily command tens of thousands of dollars at auction, but that's not the only rare variety from the year 2000. Another legendary discovery was the 2000 Sacagawea/Washington quarter Mule. Now this is numismatic history in the making. A mule is a coin that's struck using mismatched dies, in this case, the obverse die of a Washington quarter and the reverse die of a Sacagawea dollar. This kind of mistake is so rare that only a few examples are known to exist. Imagine finding a coin with George Washington's head on one side, and Sacagawea and her child on the other, all struck on a golden dollar blank. These coins were so shocking that some people didn't believe they were real, until certified by major grading services like NGC and PCGS. Today, these mule errors are among the most prized modern errors in U.S. coin history. Even well-circulated examples sell for tens of thousands, while high-grade pieces fetch astronomical prices. There are also coins with missing edge lettering, planchet flaws, struck-through errors, and off-center strikes. Each of these varieties can command incredible value when paired with high mint state grades. So what does that mean for collectors? It means that a coin you thought was ordinary, sitting quietly in a jar, a desk drawer, or a mint roll from 2000, could be a life-changing discovery, and that exact story happened when a collector stumbled upon a 2000 Sacagawea Cheerios dollar in its original promotional packaging. Untouched. Untarnished. Authenticated by PCGS as MS68 with the enhanced tail feather variety, when it reached the auction house, competition was fierce. The bidding surged past expectations, until finally, the gavel dropped on a record-setting sale. That single coin sold for a stunning $80,000, yes, you heard that right, $80,000. For a $1 coin, the best part? There are still Sacagawea coins from the year 2000 out there. In forgotten drawers. Unopened coin rolls. Old mint sets. And even, believe it or not, in pocket change. So here's your mission, go check. Look for coins in original Cheerios packaging, Sacagawea dollars with detailed eagle tail feathers, any Sacagawea dollar with odd characteristics, off-centering, or striking anomalies, and if it looks too perfect to be true, consider grading it. Because you could be sitting on a small fortune, coin collecting isn't just a hobby, it's a treasure hunt. And sometimes, the greatest treasures are hidden in plain sight. Thank you for watching and joining us on this incredible journey through one of America's most fascinating modern coins. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started uncovering the secrets of America's hidden coin wealth. And remember, one beautiful Sacagawea dollar coin from the year 2000 once sold for an unbelievable $80,000, the next one could be waiting for you. Keep your eyes sharp, and never stop searching.